Hiring for cultural fit is a slippery slope. In any work environment, be more diverse, be more creative, or work towards the same goal more efficiently. Hi, welcome back to The Culture Business. My name's Jake, and you are watching this video because you saw the headline, Hiring for Cultural Fit, which is a very topical thing at the moment. It seems like everyone's talking about business culture. What culture do you have in your firm, and why are people attracted to it? And I've seen a few things on social media recently that have been talking about cultural fit in a negative way. And quite frankly, there are a lot of flaws in hiring for cultural fit. If you don't do it well, then you can fall into loopholes that end up sort of making your company a negative place to work. But we're going to iron out a few things today because I think hiring for cultural fit isn't necessarily a bad thing. Before we jump into it, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Culture Business and get all the daily content that will bring you as much value, hopefully, as these videos do. Sifting through various Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook posts, it seemed like there were 2 points that these influencers were worried about. I'm going to start off tackling the first one, which is hiring for cultural fit is a slippery slope and often leads to a lot of employees being marginalised. My first bone to pick with this was that marginalisation happens in a company that doesn't worry about cultural fit anyway, because you end up having groups of employees that naturally get along better with each other in any work environment anyway, and some people end up being left out. So if you don't worry about cultural fit, then you will have employees that don't fit in as well as others anyway. It's not like there's some kind of utopia where all employees don't fit in with each other, so they're all at the same level, and that makes it a lot better. So that begs the question, where are people getting this information from? Where does marginalisation come from if you are hiring for cultural fit? And the answer is when your culture is about marginalising people. If your culture is about excluding certain user groups from an app that you're building, or your culture is about hiring people that are only of one race or one gender, that's when marginalisation comes into firms. So really what we're getting down to is it's not hiring for cultural fit that's bad, it's hiring badly for cultural fit that makes companies exhibit these negative behaviours. And this poor management technique is really what the second query that a lot of people had about hiring for cultural fit was. And people seem to think that if you're hiring for cultural fit, you're just hiring your friends. That really isn't the case, because if anyone knows about leadership or management or being someone's boss, you might recognise that it can often get quite lonely at the top. Management isn't necessarily meant to be all friendly with your employees, although a lot of modern management techniques may blur that line between employer and employee. And if you haven't seen this video that I've made about neo-normative control or normative control, then click the link above. But really the overall theme is that there should be a power divide between management or leaders and their employees. We go back to the fact that if you're hiring for a friend rather than an employee, then it's not bad outcomes from hiring for cultural fit. It's just bad management practice. In some ways, hiring for cultural fit becoming a buzzword has worked wonders for companies because it's allowed them to be more diverse, be more creative, or work towards the same goal more efficiently. But being a buzzword, it's kind of been demonized for the negative outcomes that some people have seen from hiring for cultural fit. And the bottom line is, with most modern management or scientific management, if you do it well, the outcomes are good.